this is General Techno here with a very quick video to show off something that I got, or more specifically to video review a package. It's a package that's, well, it's package sized. More specifically, it's about Transformer sized. In order to give you guys a sense of scale, here it is next to a Headmaster head. As you can see, it's a decent sized package. And here it is next to Human Alliance Bumblebee. As you can see, Bumblebee's about the height of the package, although you can't really see that on the camera unless I adjust it. But okay, it's a bit taller than Bumblebee, but still, it's a pretty big package. Anyway, it's a package that came to me from Toronto, from a relative of mine, who I will have to thank. And apparently there's something in this package, because it's a package. For the record, I owe this whole video review to Evangelist for doing something similar when he's gotten boxes on his YouTube channel. So if you think this is ridiculous, then blame him. Alright, I'm pulling it out. It's something that's wrapped in a whole bunch of paper. As you can see, it's a brown plastic bag wrapped in paper. There's the bag. For all I know, it could be a panini. Who knows? But next to the bag itself, here's a Headmaster head. As you can see, it's quite a bit smaller outside of here. And comparing it to a basic figure, it's definitely bigger than a basic Transformer. Could it be? Could it be? It is! It's more plastic and you can't tell what it is on this camera. No, seriously. It's plastic. And it is a toy. Yes! It is the very, very rare and the very, very cool Chevrolet Aveo Swerve toy. Let's take a look at this sucker right now, shall we? Well, as you can see, he looks pretty cool. He has, as TJ Omega, aka Omega's Prime, covered in his video review of this figure, it has very good paint apps, actually. The door handles are painted. Is that the gas that's painted? Okay, that's not the gas tank that's painted, but still, it's very well painted. There's a faint Autobot logo here, which isn't going to show up well on my camera, but it's pretty clear. It's got the clear windows. It's got, yeah, the painted door handles, painted wheels, which you don't see as much these days, painted Chevy logo. Back's painted, also with a Chevy logo. No license plate, though, which is a bit of a surprise for Hasbro these days. Anyway, let's try transforming this sucker, given I've never done it. We're going to start by pulling the legs out. Now, this figure is an exclusive figure, also I should put in mind. GM made these things, or rather Hasbro made these things for GM at GM's request. They were distributed incredibly limited in terms of their distribution. They weren't really that available at all, to be perfectly honest, because they were only available through certain promotions, like the one that was in Toronto just recently, which I owe getting this to, thanks to relatives. You just had to fill out a survey of some sort in order to get it, which, when you think about it, it's an incredibly good deal for a Transformers figure. So far, I'm impressed with this transformation sequence. It's straightforward. It's got a odd ball joint here. Anyway, as I was saying, this figure is pretty neat in terms of transformation so far. It looks like he's got some of these... Well, he's got a lot of really cool features so far, I have to say. I'm just trying to figure out if these are supposed to be like this, the legs, because I can't remember what he's supposed to look like in robot mode. But this is correct, which I will look up very shortly. And here we have Swerve, the Aveo Swerve figure. And yeah, it looks like I've just about got him transformed. I just need to flip these forearm panels here. And presto! I now have a fully transformed Aveo Swerve figure. As you can see, he's very impressive. He looks really, really cool, as has been documented in a few reviews. Transformation is pretty straightforward, but it's a very nice transformation. Nothing too complex like Universe Galvatron or anything, but his head is fairly evocative of the G1 figure. As you can see, it's got the visor, and it doesn't really have a mouth, per se. It's got a bit of a chin, but no real mouth. He's got the same type of window legs like the Revenge of the Fallen Jolt has, only these ones, they look a lot better. Posability is pretty good. He's got ball-jointed hips. He's got the feet like the knees. He's got feet. His feet also have a bit of a swivel like this, so that you can get some dynamic poses out of this guy. Like that. He's got ball joints up here. He's got elbows, fully articulated elbows, that bend in a few places. His wrists rotate. Sadly, it's just the elbows just bend up and down. There's no swivel. And he's got his head, which is on a ball joint, and which is very poseable, as I showed off earlier. And he's got a waist. So yeah, he is a very nice figure indeed. Having just opened him, and then here's another great part that I've seen in reviews, which is awesome. If you look at him from the back, he doesn't have an empty back or anything. The kibble all transforms pretty much perfectly. The windshield coming down here looks awesome. It frankly looks very awesome. The only real negative from the back is you see these giant chunks of car here, but the genius part is it does nothing whatsoever to impede his knees at all. His knees still have full range of motion. It is very, very well thought out, very well engineered. I'm surprised that we got something this good as a figure that's barely been released, even 2 years after the mold was first produced. This thing has barely been seen anywhere at all. As for how it looks next to other figures, I don't have much available right next to me at this specific point in time, but here he is next to a basic figure from the 2007 movie line. The camera guy, what was he called? Not Spy Shot, but it should say Zoom Out. Yes, Zoom Out. Zoom Out the basic figure. As you can see, he's definitely deluxe sized, and putting him next to Human Alliance Bumblebee, who's more like a Voyager / Ultra. Again, this figure dwarfs him. And for just another random comparison, here he is next to a G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra Neo Viper. And yeah, again, it's about the usual scale for a deluxe that you see. He doesn't have any gimmicks really, but his gimmick is his posability. He has paint and looking really nice. And he looks really nice, and he is a great figure. If you can get your hands on him for a decent price, because now the promotion for him is over, so it's impossible to get him for now except on eBay. But if you can get him for a good price, buy him. He is nice. I wouldn't recommend paying $200 for him, but if you can get him for cheap, like I just paid shipping for mine, he is good. And finally, this is total ownage. And with that, this is General Techno signing off.